shoot. I got a page out of my... Okay. Good morning, Brandy. Good to see you, honey. Uh-oh. I've got an uh-oh already. Morning, Pearl. And I've missed someone. I think. Uh, yeah, I got up early, but haven't moved around too great this morning. Just kind of got started. And I downloaded a few more things, and, you know, there's just no end to finding stuff that you can use. Or how are you girls doing this morning? You got your coffee? Oh, I haven't even turned on my lights. Oh my gosh, I'm crafting in the dark. It doesn't look like it on that phone, but it is in this room. It is in this room. Hi, Emily. How are you, honey? Oh, you dropped them off at football practice? What time is it there, hon? Okay. Thank you, Emily. You want to see your book? What I've got so far? I'm just now putting the ephemera in her. I'm calling this Little Treasures 2. And it's all about just beautiful little girls and the treasures they collect. And there's the spine. And here's the back. Oh yes, that's right. I forgot where you were. And I've got these tied in, but they're not tied in right. They're in eyelets. But right now I just instead of lifting them through, going through at an angle, I just tied them in. Each of the signatures, I've got 3 signatures in it. And each of the signatures will lay, well, I'll show you the first one, because I've got it built a little more than the rest of them. So, each of them start out, if I can keep them together, honey, I'll show them to you, with the same paper. Oh, thank you, honey. With the same paper that's on the back of the book. So it will have a flyleaf that is the same. And then just lots of pretty images and children's stories, and that page will be left blank like in a regular book. And then here's one of the first pockets. And there's lace about every 2 pages. There's some lace. So it's going to be nice and lacy. Little German book page in it. Not knowing where they're from. Here's where she might have done her first sewing. And she did this. She sewed this on her mama's treadle, but she didn't want to try the lace, so she just pinned it on. Just pinned it on. This is one of her little sisters. And I've still got some embellishments to do around that. And then I put in some of my pink dyed paper. And then this is a picture from her storybook, or one of her storybooks, tied with one of her little hair bows. And I'm going to put this, I think, under there, but I don't know for sure. I had it in there for it. Thank you. This is an old artist sheet, and so I took out where they had drawn the picture, and I'm going to give my granddaughter this picture and a Crayola, and I'm going to have her color it. And be little girls coloring. You know, it's not going to be fancy. It's supposed to be little girls' treasures. So, and here's some more of the paper. And that's dyed with elderberry juice and Kool-Aid. And this is another sister. Whoop, we're fuzzing out here. This is another sister. You know, they had them one after another way back then. And I think she's a doll. So, this is just what I've gotten done. I'm just now starting to work on it. I was going to do it all online, but I just couldn't do it. And then here's some, hi Cheryl, and hi Arlene. Here's some tea-dyed paper. And then just some pretty paper. And on the back of that, we have a tea party going on. And it says on that, I'm going to have to go down and get my glasses. It says, at 5 o'clock, we'll all take tea. Dollies and kittens admitted free. And then this is the center of it, and I have just a journaling card in there. And then here's another little storybook item, and this is Mary, Mary, Quite Contrary, which, you know, I just kind of had to do. Mistress Mary, Quite Contrary, because, you know, they changed that after years. And then, of course, the tea-dyed paper again. And in the back here, I don't have a lot of ephemera yet. So, you know, this is the back of the coloring page. And some eyelet lace. And then I'm going to put another picture here. Thank you, Cheryl. I enjoyed that too. And I'm going to put another picture on this side because this picture really doesn't have anything to do with her coloring. So it's either going to have a seed packet or an image. I'm trying to put 3 images in each signature and have them mounted and pretty. And then there's some dyed, ink dyed graph paper, or yeah, graph paper. And then there's the book page and the pink dyed page. And then that's the back of the signature with a pocket. So this will be a pocket on this page because I have to loop this. I didn't have quite enough paper to do that, so I was having to come up with some creative uses to do this, I had to bring the paper around. But I like it. I think it'll be fine once I get a tuck down in there. Get something in that tuck. So, I hope so, honey. And then here's the others. This is the back one. And of course, it'll start out with a pocket on it. And it's set up just exactly the same way in the paper-wise. I did pull a couple more sheets of paper I think I want to put in it. And this is the center one. And it's just little roses, and it's set up the same way. So, it's a pretty little paper. So, I think it's going to look great. I'm really pleased with it. I downloaded some things this morning. I found some little postcards that I had downloaded, and a few extra pages that I thought I might use in it. Just kind of writing type papers, and that'd give it another little boost. Some cards that we can use for tuck places, and these are little postcards, so they can be mounted on some cardstock. And anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there. So I'm really pleased with it. Oh, and I found these roses. And on the backs of a lot of the cards, I have music paper. I didn't put in music paper in it because I'm down to my antique books, and I've got to make some some scan it. I've got to scan it so that I don't lose the music. And so good morning, Trish. Pinterest, and then some of them was sent to me, and I don't know where she found them. They're all copyright free though. Good morning, Christina. How are you? Well, thank you, Trish. I don't know why. I don't have any eye makeup on because I've been wearing eye makeup and my eyes had gotten to bother me really bad. So I just said, no. I did put on a little Burt's Bees lip gloss. And did put on some decent clothes. I've got kids today, so I had to get dressed. And I thought, well, I don't really have anything, and it's cold up here. So put on a little longer sleeve shirt. And, wow, I don't know why not. That's strange. Did it just buffer? I buffer on hers a lot. And that's one of the reasons I don't go much, is because I buffer every time I go, and I don't hear or see much of anything. It's, I'm too busy trying to get it to quit buffering. And the same with Di-Di. I love to go see Di-Di. And I try to hang in there with her, but sometimes I just buffer so bad I can't. Hi, Dana. Thanks for joining us, honey. I so appreciate you subscribing to me. I'm going to get up and turn on my lights, girls, and go find my glasses real quick. So I will be right back, because if I don't get my glasses, I'll have runny eyes in just a short while. Am I buffering a little? Yeah, it will. We're fixing to have a storm here, and my paper makes it buffer. And so, anytime I hold up any paper, it's going to buffer a little bit because my phone doesn't like it like that. See how I did that? It doesn't like it. Okay, I will be back in just a few minutes. I've got to go down there and down the stairs and hunt the glasses, and then I'll be right back. Okay. Ooh. I got. Ooh. That wore me out, girls. I found them, but I had to hunt the whole house over. Now maybe I can see what you're saying. I missed a lot that's come in, I think. But I've got to catch my breath just a minute. I'll tell you, the last few days I have just been so winded. Morning, Sherry. How are you, honey? I had a little yellow flower laying here that I thought I would just put on the corner of that picture. And I got to get my laces out and do some trimming. Okay. I think that ought to do it. Found a couple of doilies. And this pretty little piece, I think, Emily, I got that from you. You may get it right back. At least for a little bit. And some ruffled lace, which is really pretty and has pink in it. It's hard to see it, but it is pink. And then this is some of my dyed pink. I do this with my ink sprays. And then I found some pink leaves, and I found some blue. I love the blue eyelet. I love eyelet lace. I think it's so pretty. And then I found some of this that's old and tea stained and really pretty. And another little doily. And then some of this. So, really now what? Some of that look familiar to you? I did buy a package of lace from you. I do too. I do too. Oh, Emily, you should have been in here the other day when I was showing off my laces that my son brought me. Oh, I've got trims of all kind, girls. Did you see them? But there's very little ruffled lace in it, and I like, for the little girls, I like to have some ruffled lace, and you know, it gives it some more height and dimension and stuff. So, yeah. So I'm gonna put this little flower that I found here, and I haven't turned Jen's down yet, but I'm gonna put this on this little girl's picture here with just a snippet of lace of some kind. Ooh, that might be pretty. Let's just we might just do that. She got on her face. Well, I just broke my flower. Darn it. Yay, Pearl. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix that little flower because it's the perfect type and color for that little girl's photo. And I just put a little doodad in the bottom. And some of these are not, they're just attached with clips. And I've got a few little jewels I will put on them, and you know, we'll do them that way. This one, she doesn't have any embellishment, but she's so pretty, I don't know that she needs it. She's just pretty. The embellishment is on the pocket. So that's what I'm going to do today is fix some picture frames and put lace on and get it ready to send out, honey, as fast as I can. I'm working on it because I know you have to have it fairly quickly, and so I've got my images all over here, and the hard part is finding what I want to put under. So okay, since we have a colored one, let's see. I really like this one. So we're going to put her in there. All right, honey. So the next step is finding a frame that we can put her on, because I do like to frame them. I think I may have figured out a way that we can make these look like tintypes. You can't do it, of course, with the colored images, but you can with the black and white photos. And but you know, if you go to the automotive store, they have this metal trim you can put on your cars. Now, I have not tried it yet. Good morning, Marina. I have not tried it yet, but I'm thinking that you could put this on a piece of heavy cardstock and then put a little of that metal bronze looking trim around it and then age it, or even some of the aluminum, and age it, because you know they were on tin, so the aluminum would probably be great. And hi, Dorinda. So I'm thinking, let me see if I can find a piece of cardstock. If I had some, I would try it, but you know, say this was your cardstock that you laid it down and you put just a little small piece of that aluminum around it and then aged it. It would bring that tin type look to it, because they always had a little bit of a border that was not quite there but was almost there. And if you aged it along with the paper, you're having a giveaway, Sherry? How awesome. So now to find some paper to back her, and she'll be the last image in our book. Oh, thanks, Emily. Okay, what paper am I going to put in here? And I think it can be trimmed down almost completely to size. I want to put one more sheet of paper in here. I'm not happy with the feel of the signatures yet, so I'm going to put one more in here, and I didn't fold that straight by any means to the book page. My computer leaves a little bit, it cuts my top border off for some reason. So I have this hangover, and I'm still not straight. But my pages in this are small, so I hope I don't cut off too much of the image. Mary has a hangover. Oh, Arlene, I wish you could stay with us, honey. Yes, I do have a hangover. I just figured out what you were saying. That's funny. I need to be doing this on my cutter, but I'm a little bit too lazy too. All right, now let's see how far I'm going to have to go with this. Run it this way. Now this bottom I will cut off on my on my cutter. Yes, it has been auction fever. Um, I'm not having one, girls. I'm not having one. I don't know how I'm going to make any money if I don't start selling, but I'm not going to have one. I don't want one. I don't want to do all that. It's too much work. And I'm not into work. I am just not there. Yeah. All right. Okay. So there's my new page to go in the album, or in the journal. First thing I'm going to have to do is cut off that little bitty strip of white that I left. Can't believe I left that. Oh, don't you move on me. Oh, it's going to hang up. It hung up a little bit right there. Hi, Vanessa. How are you, honey? Okay. That's now going to be our middle signature, I think. If I can get back over here to it. And it's a little too wide. It may need a little bit more trimming. That green photo's a little too long too for this. I'm going to trim her down just a little bit. I've got a new cutter, and it eludes me on how to open it. But it cuts good. She's not the straightest thing in the world, but that helped. Okay, now back to my center. So I'm going to have to trim down that one page just a hair. I'm glad to see all you girls this morning. Oh my gosh, it always just does my heart so good to see you all come in. I've got my grandbabies today. They come in early this morning. And a photo album. There's some really good tutorials out there on photo albums. Okay. I think I got that on the wrong edge. I hope not. Nope, it's okay. I gotta cut it down now on the outside edge. I cannot open this. I'm going to turn you down here so you can see what I'm doing here in just a second. I do like for y'all to get in here and get settled and have your visit and stuff. And okay, now I think we're ready. Now I think we're ready. That gives me 22 pages front and back in each signature when I add that one. I had, no, yeah, 22 pages. So now I've got a few more to think about some lace. Well, it's going to have 3 without lace right there in the center. And we'll do some lace here on this pink one. And be laced back to back there. So I may go to the blue one. Not Juarez. Hi, Kathy. Or you're looking for Sue and Kathy. Hi, Sue. How are you, honey? Go all? Sue, what does that mean? Good morning, Kilton. Where are you telling them to go? Yeah. Oh, she's cheering you on. Okay. I don't think I'm ready for that. Y'all are so for sure about things. Okay. Got that cut down to about where I want it. Not sure I'm going to like it when I get it cut down, but I didn't like them, so. Okay. Pink. And I'm going to want that about like that. I'll tell you, that didn't cut straight. Well, it probably cut straight. It's probably me putting it in here and that it didn't. Okay. You didn't go all the way through. Come back here. See if we can even that up a little. Okay. Okay, I'm thinking maybe that for the background. I don't know. You can't really see the roses behind her. She's dark enough to lay on a light color. This is the hardest part for me is picking out the background and making it look right for a vintage photo. And that's still not straight. You can see that it is not straight. We'll try that. Oh, girl. Now that looks a little better. I don't think I like the green behind her. Just not quite right. Hi, Patricia. How are you, darling? Good to see you, honey. Does that look better than the green? I don't think it does. I think it may be the piece behind it. I think I may need to change this to something a little brighter, a little more colorful. I just miss you so much, honey, when I don't see you. Yeah, I looked at the blue and I didn't care for it. It's I think it's this. I think this paper is just too light. It doesn't have enough oomph to go around it. Kind of thinking I need something a little bit more or a little bit less. Sybil sent me this embossed paper, and that's really pretty for a picture background. I like that. And then if we put it on the blue, I think that would probably work. It would be like that around it. I think that might work. All right. That's what I needed. Was a little help there, girls, because I was not coming up with it myself. Okay. Oh, I hate to cut this beautiful embossed paper. So pretty. Honey, I just eyeball it. I just kind of make it pleasing to my eye and go with it. And then cut it, and then sometimes I throw the thing away because I don't like what I've done, but it's for the bit of happiness. Yes, I will. I will. I'll distress the edges with some vintage photo and of the whole thing. Okay, I'm going to cut this blue down. She's not going to be quite as big as some of the rest of them. Get that blue on that line right there so I can... Okay. There she is. I think that looks good. We'll distress the edges and make it all pretty. In fact, I have my vintage photo out because I did some of this last night, and I worked up here till about 10:30 last night, and in fact, I've got to do some inking in this whole signature, but not a whole lot because it's little girls, and I want it to almost have the feeling that it's been in a box. In fact, I may make it a box to go in. Like it's been stored in a box and stored away and just slightly aged, not not real dark, but okay, I think I'm on the back side of that paper right there. Honey, when Lori comes home. Uh-huh. Yeah, that it's been put in a box and kept. And I found a box. I don't know if it'll work, but I found a box that I think it would work for it. And, just make it look like a little girl's keepsake box. And, or maybe, might even be able to find a little wooden box at the flea market that wouldn't cost much. Now I'm going to do the photo. And I have been putting a little bit of other tints in this because my paper, I have some, you know, colorful paper in it. So I've been doing a little bit of the vintage photo kind of over the whole image. And then I've been taking this greenish archival ink and just giving it a light edge with it, and it just gives this paper just a little bit of a greenish tint. Even on the darker ones, it'll give it just a little highlight. Okay, I'm going to give it just a little bit here to knock down just a little bit of that photo. All right. Get that sponge up again. Don't want to get it too heavy. Looks like maybe that paper had started out a kind of a little pearlescent blue and then just had kind of faded out with age. And okay. Let's see how that does. Yeah, get it up here closer. You see that little hint of color in there? And then I do that on my background with both of them. And this is Ranger Archival ink in this green, and I'm telling you, I use it. No, it's not. Yes, it is. This is dye ink, and it's called Emerald Isle. And girls, I have used this over and over and over again. It just goes with everything. It's not quite a green, and it's not quite a blue. It's a teal. You can see it there. It's kind of a dark teal color, and I just love it. I use it a lot. And I got that fairly cheap. And then I saw that somebody had asked about my other inks, and I want to answer that question because I missed it in the chat. I bought this set on Amazon, and this is Crystal Craft ink pad is what it is. And it says it's for fabric, wood, and paper. And I don't remember if it's a dye or not, if it's a dye ink or what it is, but I think it's just a dye ink. But these are good little pads, and I really like using them, and they stack up so nice and neat, and they weren't expensive. For the whole set, they weren't expensive. And this is not all of them. I've got more back here. There's, okay, this was the set. Right here. See, I broke that one. But, yeah. And they have, this is a bronze. This is, it's either the blue or the deep green. I think it's the deep green. This is a purple, and I've used these in my books over and over, especially when I'm doing the flowers. Ranger, it's by Ranger. And this is the deep blue. Okay, and then this is a brown. And here's a lighter blue and orange, a red, a black, which you see I haven't used a whole lot. And this I hurt the other day because I forgot to clean my stamp off. And this is what happens when you do. That's gold ink on a yellow pad. But that yellow is beautiful. And then here's a bright Kelly green and a bright pink. And I use them all the time. And I really like them. And if they get a little translucent ink, permanent waterproof ink pad for stamping, acid-free and non-toxic. So ones I bought because I didn't have any pads, and they offered this one, as a freebie when I bought from Ranger, and so I got that and a couple other things. Now I've lost my pad. I don't know what I had done with it. I threw it down over here. That I like to just put just a hint of this on all my papers. It doesn't really even show up on some of them until you just kind of get a glimpse of it as you're, when you're turning the pages. You think, was that blue or was that green? Girls, I was going to tell you about Tom's dream. He woke up this morning and he told me, he said, Mom, I think I got one of my sheriff badges stuck in my throat. I said, you what? And he said, I think I got one of my sheriff badges stuck in my throat. I said, well, Tommy, you must have been dreaming, honey. There's no way you could swallow a sheriff's badge. And he said, well, he sure felt like it. So, yeah, he thought he had swallowed his sheriff badge. But he's had sheriff badges on the mind. He heard Kelly say that she was making him those too, and he loves being called Sheriff Tom. Oh my gosh, that just thrills him. I see my live stream's gone down a little bit. Oh, are you okay, honey? Okay. Now we're ready to build it up. So there's our our girl all inked up and ready to go. If I can get her straight on her pages. If I can get her straight on her pages. Oh, Jane. Oh, my cat was sitting out on the front porch when we were doing the live stream, and just had gone off of it, and that cat started hacking, and I thought, no, you don't, not on my front porch. No, 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 no. So I was glad that the stream was done, before we decided to start that. But that cat has shed worse than I've ever seen him shed. We can't even touch him. It's just amazing how much he's shedding. And he doesn't look like he's bearing spots or anything. He's just shedding hair. And he has never done that like that before. But anyway, I don't like it because I can't. It's hard to let him in the house. I pick up little hair balls every time he comes in the house, and I feed him inside because, we live out in the country, and if you feed a cat outside on your porch, you draw skunks. And you don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. So, good morning. And good morning, Laura. How are you, honey? I thought that's who would come in, but I had to stop and look for a minute and make sure I didn't say the wrong name. Aha. I found him. I found him. Maybe before I use that one, I'm going to check on it. You know, girls, I have been using my gift cards, to scrape with and to spread with. Well, I picked one up out of the drawer the other day, and I thought, I'm just going to call this number on the back and see if it's got anything in it. And I called, and I had $5 left on that card. Put a sock on his paws. Well, I need to do something because he's got to where he's scratching, and I don't like that. I don't like, on my furniture and stuff. But I don't let him stay in the house. Tommy and I are both allergic to cats. I think I mounted that on the wrong side. I'm gonna pull that off and turn that over because I did. I did. Okay. Now, I won't have to put so much glue on that side. Yeah. Yeah, and so I picked one up out of the drawer right there, and I thought, maybe I ought to call that. Because you know how you'll buy something and you'll leave $1 or $2 on it because it's just not, you just can't find anything else to use at all. I've done that. I don't know how many times. I bet I've thrown away 15 or 20 bucks at least, in the course of my crafting. So, yeah. Check your cards before you go to crafting with them. This is from the Wyandotte Casino. And yes, I do like to gamble. That's why I don't go very much. Yeah, and use 9 gift cards. Wow. Bet that's great. She had found them too, I bet. Because, they didn't have any birth control back then, so there was lots of kids. So she's going to look pretty on this vintage paper. And I'm not going to change this. I'm going to leave the little image behind her and just stick her on that image sheet. That was out of an art book that I had that was really on all the way through. But I loved the book, so I kept it. And I did use it to learn some techniques in drawing. But on the other side of that, there is pages that have been drawn on. And I'm going to have either Peyton or Annabelle 1 color some of that. So that it looks like a little girl's coloring. And or artwork. Yes, honey, I am. As soon as I get these journals done here, I committed myself to these auctions and to help out my friends and as soon as I get these done, I'm going to go back to playing for Mary. And that includes drawing, doing some paintings, doing some journals that I want to do. I want to do a journal about Bonnie and Clyde. I have all the information already printed out, ready to go. I need to finish up the girls, Lori's things. I just need to get some stuff done, and then I could go to doing you know, what I want to do when I get this all done. This is my last one. And I said, girls, I love you and all, but if you have any more auctions, I'm not doing anymore. I've done as much as I can. And I have got to start doing for myself a little bit. I love doing them, and I love giving them, but I just can't do it. Um, it takes up, you know, resources and time and money to gift these, and that's okay, because I knew that when I started. But at this point, you know, I've done all I can do. I mean, literally, I've just done all I can do. I need, because I need to keep some of that stuff to do some of those projects that I've already got started that I have not been doing. And like I said, I've got Bonnie and Clyde. I have that whole, I have from where she met him, I have letters downloaded, I have, you know, I have stuff from newspaper articles. I've got the car, and the car will be my, probably be my cover photo where it's shot up. But my grandfather was a part of the posse that looked for him through here. I say posse, but you know, the vigilantes or whatever you want to call them. They were helping the sheriff deputies. And because they left Joplin and they came right down through this area, heading out of state. And of course, they were taking all the back roads because it was harder for them to catch them that way. So they, but anyway, my grandfather talked about it, and you know, that when they came through here, and that, you know, he had rode. He didn't ride a long time. But he did ride some, hunting for them. And good morning, Gail. And so, girls, I've decided to put this on a doily. And I'm not going to put it on that art page. I'm going to put it on the one next to it. On this pink doily, or this on pink page. And I'm going to put that doily down. And then I think I'm just going to clip her. I may have to put her on some cardstock. A little heavier card. I'm going to clip her on the side. And right on top of that doily. And she'll be pretty there. So that's so I'll put a little flowers down below her or whatever, and of course I'll ink up that page a little bit and give it a little more darkness. And because the next thing I will do is go through and ink up all the pages and get those where I want them, and then ink up the front. I've got all three signatures made, so it's just a matter of finishing them off now. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'll find some cardstock to put her on, or something heavy. That might work. We might just try that. Piece of cardboard I had. Like she'd come out of a picture frame. I wish I had some oval. Why am I not cutting these in ovals? Girls, I have a new oval cutter that my sister got me. And it's cool. that has all the oval shapes, and you just lay your paper down under them, and it's got all different color of cutters, and that gives you the size that it will cut, the depth it will cut. So it's pretty cool. And I haven't tried it out yet. We may have to try that out. I've got to do a haul on that. I was looking this morning, did I have anything here that I needed to do a haul on? And I never even thought about her big tote that's sitting over here that she had for me when I went to see her. Oh, good. Good deal. I've got lots of new stuff in there. This whole file is full of stickers. Now there's just one in like each page, so don't go, don't go because there's not a lot in there, but we did put some in there to carry. And then on the inside of this, these two pockets are full of pens and cutters and here's Millennium markers, pigment ink, acid-free, archival quality, waterproof, non-bleed, and jewels, which I need some of them out, half bags, and that's a string of pearls or jewels, and there's some flat bags. I need one for I'll just get some of it out. And bling of all kinds in here. What is that? Oh, and glue tape. I'll get that out too. I need it. Anyway, I need to go through all this and show you what all I got. And then in here, there are more stickers in here. And some, the scrapbook stitching thread. It's just amazing what all she brought me. And you know, here's the foam stickers, and I love this one up here on the top. It says yes, it was partners in crime. And that was her, one of her favorites. And anyway, this somebody had done a haul, I think, at Hobby Lobby. But anyway, this folder came with it, which is awesome. That, you know, there's just all kinds of stuff down in that tote. But she, it was a donation to People Helping People, and it came in and was priced, and she bought it. So, you know, they're just like any other organization. You know, the workers can buy, and so she bought it knowing that I crafted and could use it, and she bought everything they had. Everything they had that, you know, that came in. And bless her heart, she looks out for me. She looks out for me. And I love her so much. She's in such, I've told you about her before, about having MS, and it's just so sad. It's just, but she does well. she keeps working. She has to rest. She knows when she has to lay down, but she will keep going until she hits that spot, and then she'll lay down. And she just amazes me. She just amazes me. Okay, now I'm going to stick that on there with a clip. We can put some jewels on her later. And this one is, I think I'm going to call it done. I haven't put anything on this back page, but I really don't want to because I've got, except some ink, I've got it in my Ranger ink. Yeah, well, that's a good one to start on with the... So, yes, MS is hard to deal with. So anyway, I've got to put this pocket together. And I know that looks a little odd, but it is my front flyleaf. So I had to figure out a way to bring it around so that I could sew it in. And that was as long as it was. And I thought, well, what would it hurt to have a pocket? And then I'll fill this full of a postcard or a, you know, an image or a seed packet. I've got a seed packet laying here. That would be cool in the back of it. And, you know, just give it a little something back there to cover a little bit of the change in color. What did I do with my little seed packet? Here it is. I haven't really got it made yet, but, you know, that could go in the back. And it'll cover some of that up. So that, maybe a rose or two, and we'll make it part of it. So that is really all in the world that I'm going to do today, girls, is just make these images and get them ready for the book and trims and ink and stamp. And done like that. And I just think she turned out real pretty. And the inside, of course, will have a hidden spine. And so I'm going to do that. So I've got to sew my signatures down. And no, I'm going to embellish signatures. She was here. She got to see part of it. And then, you know, like I said, this will be my the flyleaf page. And I really have grown to like that, where you have the same paper and then I leave it blank, just like a flyleaf would be in a regular book. So that's why this is decorated. So, because this is going to be left white. And so I think it's really cute. I think it's going to be really cute when I get it done. And you can see it's already starting to fluff it out quite a bit now. And before it was really flat. It's going to fluff it out. She wanted a fatty patty. And I told her I'd do it. But this is just 3 signatures, 11 pages in each signature. It's not, you know, it's not other than my lace and, you know, of course, my time and my dyeing, which I didn't have to use that paper, but I wanted to. It's a little girl's journal, you know. It's a little girl's journal. And so, like I said, I'm calling it Treasures 2. Little Girl's Treasures 2. This is the second one, and we're going to start on that in here in a minute. And, of course, this will be the third one. So the back will be like the front. And these I will retie. I just stuck them through the eyelets right now. And just tied a loose knot. But it's going to be very pretty. And it's going to get big, because there's 2 more signatures in there that's going to fluff out, you know, that much. It's going to get chunky. So I'm trying to use a few more flatter laces than what I normally do, so that I can ship it a little easier and maybe keep it in a box. Yes, Cheryl, I have it ready to go, but I'm going to wait until I get this one ready, and then I'll have 3 things to mail. And so you'll get it probably, I'll probably ship the end of this week, and I just do ground shipping, and it's going to cost about $7.50 to ship it. Um, and then I have the 100 Things swap that I've got to get to Tina. 100 Things Challenge, the never-ending book, and then I'll have this one to send, but she's got to have this one now, so that she can get it inventoried and in her auction, which she's going to have the 25th, and that's not far off. So that's I thought I'd send the 3 together, and then I'll be done with my mailings for the month. And so anyway, I'm really liking it. I need to put a little piece of trim right here on the bottom of this because these did not come out real even, but that would do that. Just a little piece of something to put right there. I'll get that at the when it gets there. When it gets to that, the 31st. Okay. So this is the 12th. So that's 12th or 13th. This is the 13th. So that's just 2 weeks away, really. So anyway, I've got to get it mailed by the end of this week so she can get it inventoried and done. Next thing we've got to do is figure out another image that we're going to put in here. And I have this little girl. And I have this little girl that this just stole my heart. I looked at that little face and I thought, oh my God, how I want to hold that child and hug and love her. Isn't that the prettiest little... And look at the hair. Oh my God, I didn't have that kind of hair until I've never had that kind of hair. What am I talking about? I've never had the hair that thick. And then I got I think one more. I wanted 3 in each signature. Now I may have to go back and download some. Uh-oh. My watch just fell off. There should be some more in here. I don't know where they've gone to, but there should be some more in here. Because I know I downloaded 9. I thought I did. Okay, well maybe I'm going to put 2 in each signature. Here's a pocket that I've made out of little Miss Muffet. Here, maybe they're laying here. Oh, here's the other one. Here's another one. And she's pretty. But I might put her on the back. She has older sister, maybe. There still should be one more. And I got some pages like this. Well, okay. You know what? I just could be off on what I thought I downloaded. When you're downloading and you get one that doesn't work and one that does, oh, I know. I laid one aside that was a black and white image. Anyway, that's what happened. I had done a black and white of the little girl that's kind of got the yellow on it, or the pink, and then I done after I got her in the black and white, I realized that she was colored, and so I went back and done the color page, and I did never get another image. So that's what's happened. So I am short one image. But I always run them off in this size, because that way when I put them in the file, I have these now for 8 more projects if I wanted to use them. And, you know, when it's been a long time since you used them, you can always go back in your file and pull one out and use that image again. So, it's, are you okay, buddy? How's my Tom this morning? Can he make it home? Are you okay? Tommy, are you okay?
Mom, yes.
Okay, I need you to answer me, honey. What's going on?
I heard someone down there already.
You did? Were they making coffee? If they are, I wish you'd pour me a cup. Laura's saying hi, Tom. You sit back. And Sybil's on there, Tom. Sybil's on there, Tom.
There's Sybil.
And a bunch of other girls. And okay, girls, I don't even know where to start. I kind of hit a dead end in my thought processes right there. Gail says hi. Everybody's saying hi. Arlene says hi. And creative. Okay. Vanessa said hi. And, you know, they're just hollering hi at you like right and left, Tom. Trish said hi. What are you going to do? Popular kid. That's my boy. Hi, Linda. Good to see you, honey. Okay, I think my next image I'm going to try to work on is this little girl that I absolutely fell in love with. And I know she's got to be on some pink. She has got to be on some pink. She's just so cute. I may put her on the front, the front, inside front cover. That's what I'm trying to say of the second signature. And make a collage with her on there. She's just too cute. Anyway, I think so. Those big old round eyes and them chubby cheeks. So, and Jane says, "Good morning, Sheriff Don." You gonna say hi to Jane? Just say hi, girls, and then you'll cover them all. Can you do that? Say hi, girls.
Hi, girls.
I'm thinking how cute she would be on one of these cards. Kind of offset. Just a little. On one of those rose cards. I think that's kind of pretty, and I think that would be kind of pretty. That little rose up behind her there. I think that might just work. And it's something different. Yes, I have. And I love to tint them. I love to give them my own little flair. And I'm going to give her a little pink. Just a touch of pink in her cheeks. She doesn't need anything else but just a little touch of pink. And so that's when I get out my pink ink and lightly just dab a little bit. And then use my finger. I don't even use the dabber to spread it. I just use my finger to kind of put it where I want to. Lightly colored. Pink the edges, and then I use the vintage. And the vintage photo. After I pink the edges. And I pink all around it. So that, you know, gives it more pink look than actually what it has. And then I use the vintage photo, of course, to tone down that. So, but these are already vintaged up and ready to go. But I just kind of think that would be really cute. And I have some pink paper background here that I pulled out, I think. Because I keep going to the pink and then I keep putting the pink back down. But this one, let's see. Oh, maybe that's just not it. I have an ivory or a lilac, orange, and a red. That's a little too bright a pink. You know, I'm looking at that in the camera because I kind of see it in a different manner when I look at it in the camera. And then it gives you guys a chance to see it. And I could pull her down to the very bottom line and have two of those peeking out. Is that too dark? I think that's a little bit dark for what I'm doing. I think we almost want a pastel color. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, and then I have this real vintage stuff. You might find something in it. But you know, that's a ledger paper. I'm thinking of that one as like maybe Daddy had that at work, and then when it come home, you know, it went into the little girl's hands because they had pictures, you know, all over. And you know, I have to make these stories up in my head that match what I'm doing, and I keep the story. I tell the story to myself. And now I'm telling it to you. I tell the story. Every time I make something, I make a reason. I try to find a reason for it to be in the book. And for it to be, and how it might have came to her hands. And so, I'm kind of liking this one, which is a soft vintage look. And it has writing on this. So I'm staying in with the writing look. I think that will look good with it. And I will put her over more to this side and give a little more room for the roses. and just make a small edge of the blue around her is what I'm thinking. So it would be about like that around her. Just a small edge. My pages are only 5 1/8 by 6 11/16. That's the size of the book. So my pages are 5 by 6 1/4, I think. So this is not a great big book. And what I like about this one is I can actually seal this one down to the page because this paper has a sticky back. So I can actually glue her down to the page. Without any glue, because I mean it's sticky. When it goes down, it's down. So you better have it lined up where you want it when you start. Okay. And I'll bring that up just a little. And her over just a little. And now I need to ink her up in a little bit of pink and a little vintage photo, and then do a little vintage photo around these edges, and I'll be ready to stick it down on our page. And I'm gonna finally put you down so you can see me ink. Not that you girls don't do this every day, but I use just a sponge, makeup sponge, and I actually have two there. And they kind of flop around in the wind, but it's okay. Wait a minute, I want to use my pink first. Let me get my pink out. Where is it down? That's red. That's orange. So it's this one. You gotta have a new sponge for that. I think I flipped them over in this box. Well, maybe I just thought I slipped them over in that box. This is kind of getting in the way. I can't keep track of my stuff because this is hanging here. It's pretty, and I like it there, but it's kind of in the way. There we go. I did flip them into a box. It was just the other side of the room. In case you couldn't see what I was griping about, come on, clear up. I know you don't like paper. Clear up. Come on. Okay, we're going to put this pink on her. We're going to go around the edges first, just a hint around the edges. And then I'm going to come in here and just put a little bit on her dress and kind of manipulate it around. I can use that finger. Nope. Gonna have to go dark on her. That didn't work. Ink pad's dry. And when it went deep, it went. Okay. A little pink across her arms and spots on her lace. Up there. Oh, I hate that. Okay. That's the first time I've ever had that happen to me doing this with the ink pad. But luckily I've got 8 more of them if I can't get her fixed. Because I got a pretty little hard edge there on the inside of her. See that spot? I don't like that spot. Don't like that spot. Okay, a little bit up on her lace. See if I can't fix her a little bit. There's never anything you can't fix. It's my motto. That's my motto. I'm going to take this and put a little bit right there on her cheeks. Very lightly. And a little bit on this side. She's still not quite dark enough down here in this bottom. Right in here. So I'm going to darken that just a tad more. Then I'm going to leave it alone because I'm going to call it good before I completely get it messed up. I'm going to put that a little bit around the edges. And then I'm going to use the vintage photo and go all the way around her. Come on, clear up. Why are you fuzzing out? What are you... Something's fuzzing the book out, or the phone out. Let me get my hands up in here and maybe that will help. Because it focuses on my hands sometimes. I don't know if you can see that or not. Now the vintage photo, what I've been doing is I've been going around them. And then because I really want to age them down, I'm lightly going over the whole image. Just giving them a kind of a brush over. So they don't look quite so fresh. And then that brings them down. And I really am wanting to try that tintype thing that I was talking about earlier. I think it would really be awesome. I'm going to darken her hair down a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to put her on this, so I need to darken the edges of that just a little bit. With some more vintage photo. And then I'm going to take my blue paper and I'm going to do the same thing to it with the vintage photo and bring it down around the edges. It doesn't need a whole lot because it is already pretty vintaged. But I may have to go through and make sure I did this to all the photos. You know, I got to making them pretty fast last night when I was getting tired. And then come downstairs and got into Spanky's group, and they'd had a big giveaway on those paintings that they done. Did everybody watch her do the paintings? And somebody else must have come on. I've lost my crowd. I know what time it is. Is it time for Emily? Okay. Now we're going to layer this up. Right like this. And she's going to go right into that corner. Just slightly out. And there's our layout. I think it's going to be pretty in there. So now I've got to glue her down. And I used the wet glue the last time, but I think I'm going to use my glue stick. I'm not liking the way that wet glue feels. I don't know if this is the one I liked or not. I don't think it is. It won't turn. Okay, where's my stick glue? It's on the desk somewhere. It is here somewhere. Are you going to go to the store? Hi, Spanky. How are you, sweetheart? Who was just chatting? You and about doing it outside? You know, my hand was just hurting so bad yesterday morning. I just didn't feel like that I could work it until I had let it. Are you moving things around? Oh, honey, I'll tell you what, I've lost everything in moving things around, so be careful. No, I want that. I want it right there. I really enjoyed being out on my front porch with you girls and just talking, just chatting, not having really anything to say, just relaxing and just being who we were. You know, who we are. We didn't have to talk about crafting. We didn't have to talk about any of that stuff. All we had to do was just talk. No, there really was very little content to it other than just chat. It was just fun. Okay, which side do I want up on this? Because the writing actually runs the other direction. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Think that over again. And this glue is repositionable, so I have to watch it because it it will come up for the first few minutes that you use it. But then it seemed like it stuck pretty darn good. But it's not the one I normally use. I have found the purple glue in Elmer's is really good glue. Okay, there she is. Now we've got to figure out how we want to put her on our page. And I better get out that second signature so we can do that. And here it is. So we're going to start on the inside. Do I, or do I want to start on the outside? We've got a pocket on the outside with some seed packets in it. No, I think I'm going to have plenty out there. I'm going to start. The Elmer Extreme is really good. And hi, Melissa. How are you, honey? Are you on the road? Are you home? Hi, Donna. Okay, I have a little cutoff piece here in a folder right here where I picked up my scraps and things. I have this little light yellow cut off, and I think I will ink it up and put it there, and let me see if she fits if I do that. Oh, she'll fit real pretty in that little pocket. In fact, I can come up, because she's got to have room for some lace there on that page. I can come over with her. So there will be her pocket in that corner. Come on, straighten up. And we'll get this page inked. So I can ink the whole thing. Hi, Mark. How are you? Doing okay? Melissa, are you home now, honey? I bet you're tired if you are. Uh-oh, Jane. I have a peacock feather I should probably put in this. I could see this little girl picking up a peacock feather. Go right down the center of this page. And then a little bit over the whole thing. Just age it down just a tad. Not that much. Didn't want it that much. There'll be another image back there too. So, okay, now we've got that side. Now we need to do the front side just a little bit. But I don't want it lighter on this one. You know, they can leave a voicemail. And they did. Okay. There's our page. All linked up. Now, I don't like to tea dye. In case y'all haven't discovered that yet, I do not like to tea dye. I'm not big on it. I spray my paper, or I use the the inks. I just don't care for having to do it. I just don't like to do it. And I really am not really big on the super vintage look. Um, I love a piece of pure white paper. Just a blank paper. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And when I about took me off again, tried to call me again after leaving a voicemail. It was a Republic number. I'm sure it's my dentist. Not dentist, but my eye doctor. So, I don't know. I might ought to go off of here, girls, and call and see what's going on. Because that's 2 calls and 2 voicemails they've left. My appointment is tomorrow. I don't know what could be so early. That just doesn't even seem right. But Emily will be going on soon. And I don't want to run over her, but I do want to finish this page before we go and put the lace on it so you can see what it's going to look like. And we'll so we'll finish this up. Let's see where I put it. I've got my paintbrush. Actually put it away. After I glue these, I kind of like to go in just a little bit and run right up the edges and make sure that glue doesn't spread too far in the inside. And you shouldn't glue after you ink. So that they can tuck down in there without being a problem. Okay, and now I'm going to put the lace on this one. And I believe I'm going to use this frilly pink lace. And on this one, because I've got a emblem there on the paper, I'm going to put it on the inside of this one and not on the outside, because I kind of wanted to frame this picture too with the pink. So I'm going to take my hot glue gun, because that's what I use. My sewing machine has got so it won't sew them, so I just use the hot glue and put it right down on there. And then work it down to the ends. Okay, so there's our lace. And our little girl will go in here just like that. And she definitely needs a little something on that pocket to decorate it. So I may take this little vine, which I've got upside down. Are you seeing the little vine? And I think I'll come down the edge. I think I'll come down the edge of the pocket and then round the corner with it and let it come to the edge of this one, just like that. So I want to cut it off right there. I'm going to put just a little tiny line of this blue. Come on, give me a little line. There we go. Down and across. Then I think I have some little pink rosebuds or some pink petals that I can use. So I'm going to go up here and start up top. Look, come on up a little farther. And we're going around this corner. No, you go that way. I'm actually up a little. Come on. Quit moving around on me. Want you to move. Of course, it's a vine. It doesn't have to be perfect, guess. It's a vine. I'll let it roll where it wants to. Okay. Got that on. So that's our little trim, and now I'm going to find her some flowers. And let's see, where's my box of flowers? It's over here. First off, let me look and see what I've got in this here. I have some purple, but they're totally not right. I have some flower petals that are the right shade. Some rose petals. And then I have one single blue flower left in the roses, or a little green, little touch of green. Which is not too awful bad, but not really what I wanted. So, I'll see if I can strip this one down. Come out of there. Because I kind of like the color of it. And then we might use one of those lavenders in it. So we're going to put a little pink petal under there. We're going to take the hot glue gun. And I'm going to take this back off of it because I don't like that plastic on it. Don't need that. So I'm going to start just by layering it here. Let's layer it here. Okay. Here's this piece. A little more right there. And the green. And then this big petal. See, there's two big petals there. Turn one just slightly. Am I missing out on the chat? Can y'all see what I'm doing? When I get this on here, I'm going to talk to y'all just a little bit. There's been some drama happen, and I think that's part of the reason why a lot of our people are not here this morning that are normally here. And that's okay. That's okay. We can, we'll deal with it in our own time. Nope, I don't like that one under it, so I'm going to leave this. You might tuck that in beside that. And maybe I will cut a piece off this necklace. If I have to, I may be able to just break it. And I'm going to put this right in the center of this flower as it's inside. Just lay it right in there. Clean up the blue. And I'm going to put this little blue one. I'm going to tuck it in right here. And I'm going to get a little pink, purple one. I don't want to get them on the picture. I'm going to tuck it in right there. And then I've got just a little bit of green vine over here that I may take out and let that trail from behind the flowers kind of up this side and onto the photo. So I'm going to go behind her, behind that rose, and I'm not going to hook it down all the way. I'm just going to hook it part way. I'm going to lay this little leaf down here, and I'm going to run a little bead of blue right there to catch it, and to catch it down here, and catch it there. And there's our collage. Now we'll have to watch out for the flowers when I sew it in, but I can do that. So, anyway, I really like this. And girls, I need to talk to you, because I can see that I've lost a lot of my viewers. I didn't even have near as many in. And for some reason, there had been some stories being told or going around about how bad I disciplined Tom in front of the group. And girls, the reason I do that, and I think I said this before. Let me get my phone back up, honey. I'm sorry. And now we'll get Bixby, I'm sure. There we go. Anyway, I had heard that there was some gossip about the way I had done it. Oh, shoot. Now I've got to get that on there right. So I'm sorry, girls. It's going to be... Well, what's going on here that my stand isn't holding my phone, really, all of a sudden?
Because you don't want to.
I don't want... Okay. Now I've got you back in there. Sorry, girls. That was crazy. Yeah, Bixby came on. I was yakking at him, too. So, I don't know who all is in here right now. And I don't know who all is lurking. I'm not going to mention any names. And I'm not going to say anything other than this. Gossip hurts people. It hurts people in what they do. And I think it was a little bit intentional. I am sorry about that I think it's intentional, but I do believe it was. And I just lost one, so I'm sure that they're going to go and tell somebody that we're talking about it. But it is not going to move me. I'm going to be here. And whether I have 9 people or whether I have 30 people or 40 in chat really makes no difference to me. Tom is the same as anybody else. He gets angry, he gets mad, I get mad, I get angry, we clash sometimes. This is going to happen. And yes, sometimes I talk harsh. Sometimes he talks harsh to me. It is a thing that we have. And have you seen it? It's really been bad lately. I knew it had been. I have seen some of it. I had gone and I was lurking and I had seen some of it. And girls, I don't like to be talked about. I don't like to be talked about. There was nothing to talk about. They have just intentionally took pieces of things that had been said and built them and screwed them up out of proportion. I was told that I had made fun of subbies on somebody's channel. I know what I said. I watched it. And they're intentionally now trying to hurt me by pulling in off my channel. And like I said, I'm going to be here. I am going to come every day, if that's what it takes. And I am not going to say any more about this because I do not like trauma and drama on my channel. I live with enough drama to not need any more. And, you know, if someone doesn't like you, just go. Just go. If you don't like them, don't watch them. Go on somewhere else. But to intentionally take that from a person who has really done nothing is not right. So, I'm going to tell you that you may see me on a lot. I may come on very unexpectedly. I may come on when things are, you know, I'm just may pop on because I am not going to let this stop me. I'm not going to change who I am or what I'm doing. I was very, very upset over this all day yesterday, and I'm still upset with it today. I'm not going to lie about that. I am. But it is jealousy. To me, this is just jealousy and meanness. And I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. And so I forgive them. I hold no grudges. They can do what they want to do. They can do how they want to do it. I hold no grudges. I am hurt and I am upset. But I do not. But in my chat and in my channel, I want no drama. And what is said here is said between friends. And if you can't leave it between friends, then don't come. And from now on, I will be taking down our live chats. Now, I've been leaving them up because when you see a video that is a live stream, unless you craft all the way through it, people do not know who you're talking to or why you're saying it, or, you know, they're just catching tidbits. And that lowers your watch response. Because people don't, you know, if you have 30 minutes of visiting, then in that 30 minutes, you're going to lose them because they don't understand who you're talking to or why you're saying it or anything, and they're just like, well, I don't know, is this all she's going to do? Is this all she's going to do, talk? Well, and I understand that. So that's the reason I have left them up, because my sister told me, she said, I don't watch your lives because I don't, if I can't see your chat, and she can't on her tablet. She said, if I can't see your chat, I have no idea, no clue who you're talking to. So, again, we've had some people come in that have not said hello and things. So I know that my conversation is now being listened to again, and I, take this with you when you go. There is no hard feelings here. I forgive everything that you're doing and everything that you've done.
Well, I said if I can do nothing wrong,
no, you didn't, Tom. The story is actually funny about what he done when I told him to hush. I'm not going to hold any hard feelings because I said hello, Vicky, and I'm glad that you're both here, Sherry, Vicky. It's needless. And I hope that if you see that kind of thing in live streams about anybody, if you see something that you think is hateful, that you just say, no, we're not going to do this. In Spanky, I've seen you do that. I've seen you say, no, don't bring it here. And that's just what I'm saying. Don't bring it here. Because we don't need it in this chat room. We don't need it in our live stream. We have a good thing between us. I count you all as my friends and all as my blessings. And you know that. I tell you that every day, and I am not lying to you. You all are my light, and you give me happiness. And that's what, nobody could ask for any more than that. Nobody could ask for any more than that. I will still be doing some more videos. I had planned on that before. But I am not going anywhere. Right here is where I belong. And I've belonged here ever since I first hit that button and went live. I have never had anything feel so right in my life as being on here with you girls and talking about, and guys, and talking about crafting and doing the things that we do and laughing and cutting up and having babies and deaths and illness and whatever. We share that. That's friends. That is friends. It's not something to take lightly.
Well, I said I didn't do nothing.
It is not something to take lightly. It is not something to give up lightly, and I didn't. I didn't give it up lightly, but I did give up on these people, and I'm sorry for that. I wish I didn't have to, but I felt like I had to. I felt like I was.
I didn't do nothing wrong to the babies or anything.
You know, if you're not wanted somewhere, you feel like you need to leave, and that's just the way I felt. So, and I'm going to just leave it at that because that's the way I felt. And I was told that they also felt that way here, and I am sorry for that because it was not my intention to ever make anybody feel unwelcome or jealous or angry.
Mom, I said,
and if I do, girls, don't take it out of here. Ask me. Ask me. I always raise this up and look at you before I leave, and I say to you, we talk a little bit more. We don't leave here with just a quick goodbye. So if you've got something you need to get off your chest, here's the time. I'm here, and I'll answer you. And it won't make me mad. I say it won't make me mad. I hope it doesn't make me mad because it's a question that you feel like you need to answer. I know. I know you do. The thing of it is that if you allow the gossip to go on in your channel, then it is a reflection on your channel, is what I'm trying to say, because this hurts people. And people come in and maybe they absolutely love that person, and they're going to say, no, wait a minute, I'm not going to listen to this, and I'm going to leave. And I don't want that for you as channel people and having your own live streams. I want that everything for you to be great. But gossip is one way to break a person, and it's one way to break them down, and it's one way to um, tear up a good thing, and it can happen in a
I
heartbeat.
haven't done anything wrong with
But
Bella,
I
man.
hope that I have enough strength and followers to stay with me, to be here for me, and to support me through this. And if not, if I go down to 2, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be here. They will not run me off. I am not doing this to make money. I have never thought about making money off of YouTube. It is just not going to happen. You know, I'm going to have to really, really work at being able to do that. And I could monetize. And I might. If I got to 1,000 subbies, I might. But I have seen a decrease in my subbies too. Now I've had them, they've replaced. I've had some replaced.
Well, I said, I think I haven't done
Yes.
anything wrong with Bella,
Yes.
man.
Yes, it is. And hey, Sean. So what I'm asking is if you have a question or you have something you need to discuss with me, you can message me on Facebook. You can ask me here. I have nothing to hide from anybody. If you want to ask me, you ask me. If you want to tell me something, then you don't want it public, you message me and I will answer you back as best I can. And if I have wronged you, I will publicly apologize for it.
Mom, I think I haven't laid a hand
I will
on Bella,
publicly
man, Mom.
apologize for it. I've said sorry. I'm sorry when I felt like I had done nothing.
Mom, I said, I think I haven't
So-
laid a hand on Bella, man, Mom.
Honey, this is not you.
I
This is
said I haven't laid a hand
no,
on
you have
Annabelle,
not, and
man.
this is not about you, Tommy. This is not about you. I love you, but this is not about you, baby. This is about me. This is about Mama's heart, not yours.
I said I haven't laid
So,
a hand on Bella, though.
Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Is, ladies, when you feel the need to gossip, step over it. Swallow it down. Leave it alone. Because all it does is hurt someone that may be totally innocent. And now I'm not ever totally innocent in anything. I'm going to tell you that right now. I may have hurt them. I may have said something that was wrong. I may have done that. But I wasn't given a chance to apologize or to make a wrong right. Now, I forgot to mention Laurel and her gift to me for the clusters. And she messaged me. And I apologized. Yes, Tom, it's okay. You don't have to even stay up here and listen to this. You can go back
Mom, I said,
downstairs.
I haven't laid a hand on
You
Bella.
haven't touched there's nothing about Belle in this.
I said,
There's nothing about Belle in this. You need to quit worrying about it. And you need to go down and fix me a glass of tea if you would, or maybe a cup of coffee. Could you do that for me? This is not about you, honey.
cup of coffee or something.
Yeah, I'd love to have a cup of coffee. So, I know I have some faithful friends right here, and I appreciate you. I have appreciated everybody that come in this morning. And I know that I am not doing what, Kathy said one time that not everybody wants to watch journaling all the time. I hope not to be journaling all the time. Right now, I have, put myself in the position of trying to help my friends out with their, oh, honey, thank you. fixing these things for my friends, and I would have it no other way. You know, these are girls that I've started watching at the very beginning, and I enjoyed them, and then with like Care, oh my gosh, she's doing something that has touched my life so much because I was married to a veteran. He was disabled. I have a disabled son. I have a and I have a disability, and she touched me. She touched my heart. She touched my soul when she went to trying to help the veterans and you know the people. And I've lost my signature that this goes in. All the rest of my signatures, I have no idea. I have no idea where I put it. Here it is. I want to get it back in there before I lose it, though. But didn't that turn out pretty with the lace? So it just turned out real pretty with the pink sheet next to her. So yeah, if that's all they're here for, I hope they move on, and I hope they don't stay. And I'm not going to have it here. And I want to tell you that now. I can't watch all the chat, but I have moderators. I have moderators. No, I'm not going to let it go. I have moderators, and I put those moderators in to stop some of that. And, okay, Sean. That's what I wanted them for. And I can tell you now that I'm going to change my moderators. I'm keeping you, Jane, and I'm keeping Patricia. And I think I may change all the rest of them. I haven't looked. I've got several. I think I've got Melissa as one. She will stay. But I'm going to change some. And yes, I'm keeping you, and I'm keeping Spanky and Patricia and Jane, and all the rest of them are going to be gone for right now. Because I don't know where this come from. I don't know where it started. But what I want you to do is, if you see an ugly comment made about anything or anybody, I want you to know that I don't want it here. And you can ask them not to do it. And then if they keep it up, then remove them and remove the ugly comments. And if there is someone that you see in another live stream that is talking about somebody's channel, I want you to speak up. I want you to speak up and say, hey, wait a minute. Maybe that's not what happened. Let's go check this out. Yeah. Yeah, because this has hurt. This has hurt my soul. I try not to gossip about anybody. I have never in my life been really considered a gossip. And yes, I've told things to really, really good friends that I knew would keep them, but I have not gossiped deliberately about people. And to take things, everybody takes things differently. Everybody does. You can hear something differently, and everybody will tell a different story. And, so, one person can see something, or 5 people can see something, and they will all tell a different story. So I know that happens, and I know it can happen. But then it spreads, and it grows, and it festers, and it becomes huge. And that's my say. And I love you all, and I thank you for supporting me and being here. And Holly, hello, and I'm sorry. I've just been on a tangent, and you can ask one of the girls about it, but I have just been on a tangent about things. And I love you, and I'm glad you came in. I'm making a journal for Emily, and I will show you the book so we can end on a good note. Um, here's Emily's book, and I'm calling it Little Treasures 2. I'm making this like a little girl's journal. It will have a box to match, hopefully. And the first signature is practically done. I do have to do some inking. But the first thing you're going to see, and I'm going to do a little bit of a walkthrough. The first thing you're going to see is that I have done, again, the flyleaf page. And I have intentionally left it blank like a flyleaf. And then I have the pretty paper, and that's where our lace starts. And then I've made a little pocket on the inside of that page with just a little picture that I thought she might pick up. And of course, you know, tags she would not have had. But, you know, there's a little bird, which I thought she would love. And then, of course, here is some a tag for some advertisements, which you could probably have. And then I put a little lace and a broken necklace down at the bottom. And then here is a German reading page. And here I took a little flap of material, which I thought looked a little bit like flour sacking. And I actually went to the sewing machine and I hand rolled the stitches in it so that it looked big. You know, it gave it really wide stitches. And I left a little pucker in it, and I intended to do that because I thought, okay, she sat down at her mama's sewing machine, and this is the first time she's tried to sew. So anyway, she done that, and then when she got to the lace, she wasn't sure how to do that, so she put it on with just a safety pin. She just hooked it on. And then on this side, this is her little sister. That was on the front. This is the little sister. And I've just clipped her to the page, and I will put a little dangle on there. And then I have my pink Kool-Aid elderberry dyed paper. And then this is just a page out of her old storybook. Straighten up, camera. So I haven't done anything under it. I've just left it like she glued it down. And then on the back side, and this is on an art page. On the back side is a page of drawing. Now I'm going to let my grandbabies, my Peyton and my Annabelle, sit down and draw on a picture. Color that picture. Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. I'm just going to let them just go at it. I'm going to take it out of the book and let them color this picture in this book so that it looks like little girls colored it and that she kept it. And then there's some more of the hand-dyed paper. Okay, this is the next little sister. And as you can see, hi, Gail. She looks a little bit to be on the spoiled side. But still, she's a beautiful little child and special. So we've built a little collage around her. And this does come out. And then here is some tea-dyed paper. And that's just about the last of it. Nicole, how are you, sweetheart? I'm so glad to see you. And then on this back side of this page that has lace on it, there is a little picture, and it says, at 5 o'clock, we'll all have tea. Kittens and dollies admitted for free. And so I put a little teapot down on the bottom of it. And so that's their tea party that they've had. And then more of my pink dyed paper. And then just a pretty journaling paper that she might have picked up from her mother's desk. And then a card here that is just pretty for extra journaling. And then we're going to have a couple of sheets here that have nothing on them. Okay, I'm going to turn both of those because I can't turn them at one time. So there was just journaling pages there. And then there's this one. And I could not resist this one because it's Mistress Mary. Quite contrary, how does your garden grow? And I thought it was just adorable. So I put a little flower, and I've got to put a jewel in the flower, and a little vine, and a birdhouse, and a butterfly on that page. And then we've got the tea-dyed paper again, and the, whoa, there it went. No, yes, that's tea-dyed paper. There we go. I got it back up now. And the pink paper that with the elderberries. And if you look at my paper up closely, it does have a little purple spots or lines through it. And this is the back side of the coloring paper, so that will be all colored in. And then this is the back side of the 1905 artist manual. And I just about used it up, but it's wonderful, and it was coming apart, so I went ahead and decided to use it up. And it had all been done inside. It had all been, you know, colored on and stuff, or drawn on. And then this is sister number 3, and there's going to be altogether 6 sisters. So this is sister number 3, and I just put her on a little doily, and then I antiqued the little frame around her. And then here you can see a little bit of the blue. Okay, you can see a little bit of the blue in the paper if I get it close. Can you see the blue on that? That's the elderberries. And this is sister. Okay. Was she number 2 or number 3? I may have put 4 in this book. I don't know. In this journal. This side. And that may be why I'm short one. Oh, no. Okay. And then we get to the very back of it. That was just, you know, the part of the pages. Except that you didn't get to see the other. Okay. Hang on. Let me put this back together so you can see the other. No, I think you saw it all. Anyway, this goes in here. She was sister number 3. And then that goes in here. Like this. Okay, I've got it back together now. Then we have some lace on the back side, and this card to make the fly leaf in the back. And I had to have a short piece so that I could sew it. So this is going to become a pocket in the back, and then it will have a seed packet, and another journaling card will stand up in there, and it will cover the difference in the paper. And that will let me make the fly leaf, which I really, really like making the fly leaves. Now that I've started it, it's just something that I think looks professional to me, and it looks like it should be done that way. There will be a little lace edge that will show. So that's, you know, that's going to be a little bit different than a normal book. That, and then on this one, we did put in 1 page. We made this beautiful little girl and this pretty little tuck. And that's the only one that we made today. I will probably work on it again. But right now I see that I have a lot of questions being asked. You want to talk to me, you can PM me. I will not do it on online at all. But if you think you need to know, you just let me know, because I'm not hiding anything. I'm just telling you that in my live stream, there will be no wrong. And if you leave here, my from now on, all of the text will come down. They will not be visible, um, which I think is horrible. I just think that's horrible. But for right now, all the text will be done down or hidden. I'm not going to erase them. They're going to be hidden, um, because I'm going to have, you know, some way to go back and look if something comes up, which I did. I spent half the day yesterday looking for these things I was accused of. And so anyway, I'm going off here. I'm getting hungry. I know I've run over Emily. And sweetheart, you can do this. I'm telling you, you can do this. I learned it watching videos. Go watch Aristi. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Go watch Aristi. Watch Gail Gostinelli. Watch some of these older women who are doing these things. They have brilliant tutorials and they have brilliant ideas. And then we can, then bring them forward. I'm going to make some tall pockets. I want to show you some of the tall pockets. In fact, it's something that we could go ahead and do if you wanted to. But the tall pockets were so simple. Gail Agostinelli and Aristi Morjacki, I think. Aristi Morjacki. And Aristi is an amazing pocket maker and an envelope maker. Gail actually does a Journal with Me Along series that she starts from the beginning page to the last page. And I really want to do that here. The trouble with these is I never have enough time to do that and really journal along, because this book goes to someone else and it's got to go Agostinelli, I believe. Is how her last name is spelled. Yes. I believe that is how it's spelled. It may be an I in there, in the Gastinelli or Gostinelli, but I believe that's how it is pronounced. And Aristi, there are so many. Go watch these older women. Michelle Scott is wonderful, and I love her, and she can teach you a lot too. But these older women have got this down to a fine art. In fact, that's where Michelle Scott and Tracy Fox and all of these people that you see that are selling tomes and journals, that's where they've gotten their ideas. It's amazing to watch them, and I highly recommend it. I'm sure they can teach you a lot more than I do, but you take it back to your channel and you tell people where you got it, and you make them. You start making them, and you make a tutorial on them, which is what I do. And the tall pocket was just a page about this size. Okay, and it was just folded in. Yes, I need coffee. About like that on the back. And then folded over to meet. So it was like this. That's the tall pocket. Then she cut it off where it would fit her page. So say my page is this long. I'm going to cut that off right in here. And I didn't even cut it real straight. I just cut it. Because what you're going to do next, and I'll just glue this down, girls. Let me just put a little glue down on this. Tommy, go down and get me a cup of coffee, please. And I'll show you this long pocket because it is really, really cool looking. Now my paper, they had more decorated paper. They had butterflies on it and what have you. So, okay, what they done next is she turned up a little edge on the back side, which is where your seam is. She turned up a little edge about the size, she said, of her little finger. And it came up and just folded over like that. And there at that point, she opened it back up and she nipped a little bit off right there and a little bit off on this side. Tommy, go down and get me a cup of coffee, please. My cup is on the computer. And then she opened it up right here on the bottom like this and folded that one back a little bit to get it out of her way. And then she just went right along the fold and bobbed that off, just like that. And then she took her glue stick, and yes, she used a glue stick, and glued that up, folded it up, which made it a really nice edge on the bottom. And then she went up to the top and she done the same. Now on that one, she said she took about the size of her thumb and she folded it over. Okay, back to the back side. And on that part, again, she lifted it up and she cut a little sliver off of that one to the bottom and a little sliver kind of at an angle a little bit on that one. Then she pulled the top piece back, which is the one you want to keep, and trimmed off the bottom piece. Now my round puncher will not go down in here because it is too thick, but she punched a round hole right here. So I'm going to do that real quickly with just a pair of scissors, and I didn't do it good, but she done a round hole. And you could do this with a little punch, or you can do it with your scissors. It doesn't have to look perfect. So at that point, what she used this pocket for, and since I'd used this blue sheet, I'm going to use this blue sheet again. She folded her blue sheet over with the outside in like that. Wonder what I'm hitting in there. Let me put my and raise that out. Okay, now will it go all the way down in it? And okay, so now it's down in there. So you see we need to cut this off. So we're going to just pull that back out, measure it a little bit, mark it with a pencil, which my pencil's gone. So I'm just going to fold it down like that right at the top of that folded over piece. And then take it out and cut it off. Now remember, this is all glued together. Mine is not. And then she took a pretty piece of lace and she attached it to the top. And make some, Tom. Make a half pot. And she glued that to it just like that. No fancy. She rounded the corners. And my corner rounder would probably not work this, so I'm not going to do that. But she did round the corners. And if you want to see this again, I will show you actually how it was done with the rounded corners and stuff. And put it down in the pocket with the little tab up so that it can be seen. And then she hung these with the clip over the top of her page. Okay, this is the same size as my page, just like that. And there is your bookmark pocket. And you can make this out of any paper you want. You can decorate it any way you want. You can hang a dangle off of it. And then and it's a narrow one because all it's going to do is hold. And it was called the tall pocket is what it was called, because you can make these as tall as you want. And then of course she took a clip, which of course there would not be a single clip out here on my desk at this point that I could find, but anyway, and clipped it over the top of her page, and that's how it rode. And it's thin, so it doesn't put a lot of bulk in, and they're really pretty. And there's no cardstock. It's just pretty paper, just scrap paper is what she made out of them. And so now I've got this one made. I will probably use it in this journal. So I'm just going to put that right here in with my journaling stuff, and we'll do it. And I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I've got to call the eye doctor and see what that was about, but I imagine it was just a call to verify that I was coming. Anyway, I love you all, and I thank you for being here. And I see we've got a lot more in here now that I went talking about this trouble than I had before. I hope that, and for those that just come in, I'm going to say this. Gossip hurts. I don't care who does it. I don't care if you don't mean it to be gossip. If you feel the urge to talk about somebody, swallow it down. Swallow it down, and don't take it to other people, because it hurts. You may inadvertently do it, and sometimes that happens, and I understand that. But I am hurt, but I am not angry, and I am not vindictive, other than I am going to be here, and I'm going to be here a lot. I'm going to come on whenever I want to come on. I'm going to do what I love to do. And I'm not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere, because I love you girls, and I love what I'm doing. I knew it from the very beginning that this was for me. So I'm telling you now, in my live stream, there will be no drama. There is going to be, I'm taking down some of my subbies and I'm putting in some new ones. We're going to have a whole new policy about how things are handled. And I'm going to streamline some stuff for a while. And, as far as what I've got in here. And just know, girls, that sometimes you hear things that were not meant to be heard in the manner that you hear it. Sometimes I have a habit of laughing, sometimes in embarrassment at it myself, or if I have to get on to Tommy, or if I say something that I really don't want you girls to hear. Sometimes I come back and laugh a little bit because I am embarrassed, and then I feel like I have to explain myself for being his mother. He is 45 years old, girls, and I want you to think about this. He's 45 years old, and he gets angry. He gets mad, just like anybody else does. He weighs 255 pounds. If he got mad enough, that's the reason I don't let him, because if he got mad enough, he could hurt me. He has never been violent. He has never done anything to hurt anybody. And he has not got that kind of inclination. But we don't know what medicine will do to him. We don't know what this new medicine will do to him. We don't know what the last one would do to him. So, you know, it's Andrea, I've been having a kind of a serious talk, but you can listen to it. I mean, it's fine if you want to. I'm really fixing to go off here. But if I get on to Tom and you don't like the way I get on to Tom, understand that I've had 45 years to deal with Tom. I know you all love him, and I know that it's new to you, but I've had 45 years, and I have done this all his life because you have to take precautions when you don't know if something could happen to set him off, that something could happen to really make him explode. Medicine, change in diet, lack of sleep, those kind of things can alter how he feels. They alter how anybody feels. So, since he is right here and he talks to me all the time, you're going to hear me get on to him or say things to him that you might not like. The reason I told him hush, and I'm just going to tell you right now, the reason I told him to hush, and this was one of the things that was talked about, I told him to hush because he was hollering up the stairs, there was poop in the toilet, and I should come down and take care of it. And I said, you know how to take care of it, Tom. Go do it. And he kept on and on until I told him to hush and go take care of it and then go sit down. Because he was not giving it up. And he knows how to flush the toilet. Not something I wanted told on my live stream. Not something I wanted everybody to hear. You know. But it happens. It happens. You know, I didn't want the poop story being told on my live stream. Now here I have told it. You know. So, anyway, girls, I'm going off of here. This is not where I wanted to go with this. I love you all, and I'm glad that you all had come back in. Just please understand that if you tell something about somebody, even the things that I've said today, if you take them to somewhere else, you're not going to tell them in the same manner. It doesn't happen. You cannot tell this story in the same manner that I'm telling it weeping. It will not happen. So please try to refrain. Unless it's good news, please try to refrain. Because it hurts. That story gets taken to another one, and then another one, and then another one, and as it goes, it grows. So you all know that. And from the bottom of my heart, I love you all. And you bring me light, and you bring me happiness. And yes, I'm a little upset today, but it's not because of you all. It's not because of you that are in here. Just remember that a little story can become some other kind of story if you take it in there and you have something wrong. So from now on, my chats will be hidden, and I will still be here. I'm going to be here a lot. I'm just giving you fair warning. I'm going to do videos. I'm going to do live streams. I'm going to be on a lot, and if I run over you, please understand that I'm not running over you deliberately. I never mean to do that. Sometimes I don't see that you're on, but if I do, thank you, thank you. If I do, I apologize in advance. Usually in the afternoon, I'm not going to stay on long, but you know, if I come up with something that I want you to see, I may just flip that go live button and show you what it is. You know, that's the way I do things. So, I apologize for the tears and the things, but I just wanted you to know that I know that it has been going on. And there has been, and I've been told many times now that yes, there has been, there has been some stuff. And I think I know where it's coming from. And if I offended them in any way, I apologize to them because I did not intend to. And they know who they are. If I have offended you in any way today, I apologize in advance because you know if I have or not. And but please, please, do not take something out of here, and unless it is a good thing, unless it is the birth of a baby, or that somebody is not showing up because they've lost a member of their family, don't take things and say them. Don't say them. Uh, it's yeah, crap happens. Crap happens. And but crap stories can explode. And when they do that, they hurt the person that is they're being told against. Even if it started out good, sometimes it gets slanted to a bad story by the time it's done. You know, that's kind of a downhill slide sometimes. So I'm asking you to please, and this is not just for me, no matter whose live you're in, no matter what is talked about in the chat, leave it in the chat. It was fun there. You know, you could even take it and start somewhere else. It was fun there. But leave it there. Let it be fun there. And leave what was said there. Because if you take it and and it's changed a little bit, then it's a problem. Start a new chat in somebody else's stream. Start talking about something else. You know, oh my God, we talk about food all the time. So let's do that. Okay, girls, I'm going downstairs and get out of Spanky's way because I know she is waiting to come on. And she was here this morning. I got to see part of her book. And she was thrilled, and I am glad of that. And I'm really thrilled with it. I think it's turning out really pretty. And I am calling it Little Treasures 2 because my pink one that I done was one of my favorites. And I love you too, Melissa. And I will talk to you soon. And anyway, yeah, you have, you know, there are things. Yeah, by all and just zip it up. This chat is over. This day is over. This live stream is over. Have fun in the next one. Love and give laughter and light. And to whoever you go to and to whatever stream you go to. And sometimes, girls, let's give them a little more attention. Let's give them a little more attention because I think that could be part of my problem is because I don't always see what's being said because my camera is down. So I don't see the chat. And sometimes I think people leave here aggravated because they've asked a question and I don't see it. So just understand that they may not be able to, in subbies, my subbies, understand that if somebody asks a question, you tell them that I cannot answer it because I cannot see the question. To leave it in a comment below the video or to send me a PM on Facebook. My account is open. To send me a message. I'll start trying to put my email down below, but I really don't want to open up my whole life to everybody. But anyway, yeah, to PM me on Facebook would be the best way. They can find me in several areas. I'm not lost and I'm not hidden. So, under the same name, except I've got a long name on there. I'm Mary Nell, Lawrence's sister. But you'll see this head. So, you know, just look me up. And I will answer your question. Because I just can't help. And, Lainey, you're a sweetheart, honey. I love you all. I'm going off here now. I'm lecturing now, and I don't intend to do that either because you're grown women. That just be aware that this has happened, and it has hurt. So, bring me your light and your love, leave the trash at home, in the other chat. And come and let's be happy and drink coffee and giggle and have fun like we always do. And, that's what I'm asking. And I'll be here for you tomorrow. And we're going to do some more in this book. We did get a few pages done, so that's good. I'm going to have a smoke real quick. I may have one online. But anyway, know that I am here for you if you need me. I'm here. And you can talk to me about anything. Now, I want to be your friend. I want to be your friend. You don't have to hide things. If you've got a choked on hairballs, if you've got a hairball in your throat because of something that's been said, bring it to me. We'll talk about it. Okay? Love you. And I'm gone. Bye, girls.